Leo, I would bring another topic for our discussion, which would be something related to development, because there are a lot of possibilities, I would say, on this kind of word, and developers, they are still there. Yeah, and the whole podcast here, we have this mission kind of to help developers to build secure software, because at the end of the day, those softwares are controlling or facilitating our lives, through the payments, through the supply chain of food or whatever. And do you have some use case or whatever could be helpful or interesting to the developers itself? For example, today I have a manual slash automated task that whenever a branch on the GitHub repository, for example, they are not protected, which means someone is directly putting code to the main branch, I get a notification. And from that notification, I approach this developer like, why you did that? You have the permission, but what was the reason? And from this reason, I put this information in somewhere as a log, because on the auditing, the auditors will need to look into this. Yeah, there was a bypass on this specific protection. Here's the reason. Everything fine. So this is one, I would say, daily job that could connect developers, that they could do this automatically somehow, yeah, or not even do this. They bypassed something already happened. They put justification somewhere. What use case or what examples you could bring to development, to developers itself, that they could benefit, considering security, of course. I mean, Blink is all about security, yeah, but
Sure. Yeah. Look, so first of all, the use case you explained, you can automate that in Blink, right? And you could even go a step further, right? And this is something that would be more a high level decision that the company, the organization would have to take. But you can automate that. But if you wanted to go that step further and really revolutionize how you work, and we see some customers of ours doing that, is that they say, I'm going to take a position of a bit more, zero trust style, where within the organization, I forgot how you mentioned that it started, what the user did, but instead of them having permissions to do that, okay, just openly, and that almost sounds like I'm going to say, oh, now you're going to make it hard for me to work, but just bear with me for a second. Instead of it being open just like that, within Blink, there's a self-service portal that has automated workflows that the builders of automated workflows put behind them. So the way some of our customers are changing how they work is that they're saying, wait a second, I'm not just going to give people access to do everything. I had to, because I needed them to be able to, work, speed of business, right? Speed of business versus security. But I'm going to instead remove access, and all of the things that they should be able to do in that platform, I'm going to build an automated process that includes security guardrails and processes and approvals if needed. Okay. And even if not without approvals, it's just automated, but then at least it's audited, it's documented. We know who did what and when, and they have to provide justifications maybe. And I will expose that in a self-service portal. So if a developer needs something, it doesn't matter what it is, if they want to do something or whatnot, they could go into the self-service portal. They click I gave this example to you the other day. For example, getting access to a database, right? So that's a use case where, today they'll reach out to DevOps, and DevOps will provide that to them, once they come back from lunch or from a holiday, or once they get to it. And then they'll tell them, here's access, please don't break anything, don't touch anything. And then 2 months later, 3 months later, security finds out about it in the hallway, and they get upset because we were exposed for no reason. And, I'm glad nothing happened, because otherwise, people would have been upset here. And instead of working that way, you could build a workflow that sits within the self-service portal that the developer can access and can say, okay, I want access to, from a dropdown, the production database. I want access for 2 hours, right? And you can have justification there. Here's the reason why I need this. Run. And now DevOps doesn't even need to handle it. They can get it themselves. Like, the workflow will do it themselves, give them access, and then take down the access after the 2 hours or 6 hours, whatever they click. But more than that, and this is where it becomes really interesting with security, we're kind of bringing both worlds together.
E aí, gostou desse corte? Então segue, continua, que tem muito mais.